A recent Leger poll has found that less than half of non-Muslim Canadians consider themselves to be allies to the community. The results come ahead of the second anniversary of the Muslim family being killed in London, the Afzal family. I'm joined live now by Khetty, the Director of Marketing at Maple Lodge Farms, and you were behind the survey. First of all, thank you for joining us, and thank you for doing this survey, because what it does is just kind of shines a light on where we are right now, even 2 years after the Afzal family was killed in this hate-motivated attack. Tell us about the survey and your reaction to these results.
Yeah, absolutely. So the results are really, this year's results are a part of a campaign called Sharing Halal by Zabiya Halal. And last year, a year after the attack in London, what we were focused on was really telling Canadians that Islamophobia is real. If the London attack didn't teach you that, then survey results are hard to kind of beat. So we partnered with Leger, and what we found was that a quarter of Canadians, unfortunately, don't trust Muslims. And that leads into thoughts on 33% are uncomfortable with immigration from Muslim countries. 27% spoke about the fact that hijab should be banned. These are all indicators that Islamophobia, unfortunately, is alive and well in Canada. And so this year, we really wanted to talk about what can we do about that as a community, because while these sentiments are real, there are lots of compassionate Canadians. You know, you guys have asked us here because we care about and we want to do better in the future. And so, yes, 46% of Canadians told us that they consider themselves an ally, and that's fantastic. But I wouldn't write off the other 50%, right? I think amongst those Canadians, what we saw were, yes, there's a small number who are saying, I have no interest in being an ally, but some are saying we need resources and tools. It feels overwhelming when we say, what does it mean to be an ally? And that's what the Sharing Halal campaign is all about, is to try to help those. Almost half of people told us, hey, I could use better information about being a Muslim ally.
Right, and being an ally may not be as overwhelming or difficult, you know, as some people may think. And that's why, hopefully, a lot of those people said that they are not considering themselves an ally, but they want to be. How easy is it to be an ally and to help the community, even if you're not part of it?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we know that it can feel overwhelming, right? When you're not part of a community, I'm a Muslim Canadian, it seems easy to me what I need from people. So we partnered with National Council of Canadian Muslims, an incredible organization, and put together a list of things that everyday people can do. And you can do this as a colleague, as a neighbor. We featured some, regular Canadians who are partnered up, who are being helpful to people in their communities. And so simple tips and tricks that you can kind of think about are things like educating yourself about Islamophobia. Stats Canada reported that there was a 71% increase in hate crimes against Muslims in 2021 alone. So knowing that, understanding that is really important. Talk to Muslims. I'm a Muslim. I always am happy to answer questions when they come from a place of genuine curiosity, where someone's trying to learn about my culture and learn about my people. Learn about Islam. What a lot of people don't know is the word Islam means peace. And that is very different from how Islam is construed often, and the words that people think of, especially people that might have some biases towards Muslims. So that's an easy one as well. And then speak up. If you see something happening, of course, don't put yourself in a dangerous situation. Try to de-escalate. Be ready to call for help if needed, or be there to support after a situation happens to make sure that somebody's okay.
All right. And, as we're coming up on the anniversary, tomorrow will be the anniversary of the death of the Afzal family in London. Just reflecting on that, the fact that 2 years have passed since 4 family members were run down and killed because they were Muslim. How far have we come since then in terms of trying to tackle Islamophobia, in your opinion?
Yes, absolutely. I think progress has definitely been made. What London taught us is that Islamophobia is real, but the community is stronger. and we're truly stronger together. So what I learned from this is, yes, it was scary. I had my own father kind of said, when your mosque closed, go home and change. Don't feel gassed. That's not Canada. That's not who we want to be. But it also brought out neighbors, etc., non-Muslims and Muslims standing together saying, this is not us. And so if, that tragedy has led to some real introspection, I think, and we've seen, the Toronto board just announced that they're working on Islamophobia initiatives. I think progress is there, but we got to keep up the pace. We got to keep pushing, and everyone needs to participate.
Okay, Sarah, thank you so much for joining us. We really do appreciate you coming.
Thank you so much for having me.